Man, so I want to hear more about I'm a journey type of guy. So I want to hear more about that 7, 8 year period, like when you went ghost and you were just trying to figure it out and all of that. And I say that because we were talking about earlier in another episode, social media is good for showing the highlight reels and everything that looks good. And I think it's also necessary to expose the real of it. Like I love how you mentioned, even with Forex, because people who do Forex make it look like you start today and tomorrow you're a millionaire.
Right.
And it looks like that, and that's just not the case. So to tell people, because and part of my reasoning for asking you this question is a lot of people have been, we demonize, society kind of demonizes 9 to 5s and everything else and tries to make it seem like you're only doing big stuff if you're an entrepreneur or starting your own thing or whatever. But it is a different type of a spirit. It's a different type of tenacity. It's a different type of mindset you got to have to be an entrepreneur and to be successful at it. And just talk about that and what that's like, so that, and the honestly, part of the reason I'm asking this is because I kind of want you to talk people out of it who are or at least give them the real, who are out here trying, oh, I want to start a business, so they
Yeah,
can be like,
sensationalizing it.
yeah, so they can be like, oh, maybe this isn't for me, maybe I need to go and accept that job that Google just offered me and go sit down and live a regular life and be cool. So yeah, man, just talk about a little bit what that journey has been like for you, and what kind of transpired during that time.
Okay, definitely. I'll start by saying the entrepreneurship journey is definitely not for the weak. And if you want to start a business, in the startup world, we always say, prepare to get your return on your investment after 10 years. So be ready to essentially eat shit for 10 years until you reach that point. That was my perspective. And, I was in my 20s. I heard all these entrepreneurs say, 20 should be the time when you take the risks, you do all this, right? But I'll be honest with you, like before anything, like I'm a man of God first, right? And I remember I had a distinct experience where I was like, I fell to my knees, I cried, I was broke, I was about to get kicked out of my apartment, all this type of stuff. And I'm like, God, you know what? Use me as a vessel. Like I do not want to hold the reins anymore, right? And I'm thinking like life is gonna get great after that. Life went to shit for 4 years after that. I went through the
Hmm.
hardest experiences of my life. And it's funny reflecting on it now because if you guys would have talked to me maybe a year ago, like I used to look at my life like a rapper. You know what I'm saying? Like I listened to rap music, I listened to trap, right? The stuff that these rappers talk about, that was my lifestyle. You know what I mean? Like the struggle. Oh, I have to do this. I have to, right?
Yeah, in
That
the
was
trenches.
the reality. So like reflecting on it now is like wow. Like reflecting on it on the high side, I'm actually grateful. I'm grateful to have spent my 20s not making any money, but trying and making mistakes and like failing. Because everything that like these entrepreneurs talk about, like I went through. I dropped out of college. I got kicked out of my apartment. I had to sleep in a car. I had to sleep on couches for years. For years, I had to do that. You know what I mean? Like I had jobs that weren't able to cover my expenses. I fell out with my family. I fell out with my friends. Like I lost friends. I lost family. Like, people died during this time. Like it, you really go through the full spectrum of life. You really do go through it. And also deciding that you want to do something tough. The two toughest things in the world to do, right, is having a startup and being a trader, right? Because the percentage of success is so low. It's so low. If you're starting a business, like let me put it to you like this, right? Everyone's into venture capital, right? 95% of startups fail. Venture capitalists make their money, their 100x return on the 5% of companies that end up becoming the next unicorn. You know what I mean? You have to like keep that in mind, right? But the way to alleviate that is, to me, is there's a problem and you create a solution. You have a business, right? But the best businesses is if it's a problem that you're facing. If you create a solution to a problem that you have, then you are the user. You understand how people think about what you're producing better than anybody else, right? Good example, my first business, Young Black and Educated, right? I had an internship in New York. Where do I get my haircut? Where do I go for happy hour? What do my friends do, right? That's why I created the network. It turned out that there was 1,500 other people in New York that wanted the same thing, right? When I started trading, right? Okay, let me learn this skill because I need money. That's why people start trading because they want money, right? Okay, boom, like, okay, I'm figuring out, okay, I can make some money from this. We share. I come to Africa, I come to Sierra Leone, and I'm struggling with internet connectivity. I'm the privileged one. I'm the one that's from the States, and I'm still having the same issues as everyone else. So imagine being on the ground here. Imagine being on the ground. Imagine getting charged more than they charge you in America for these services, where the median household income is $50 a month. You see what I'm saying? Like when you become the solution to your own problem, that's when you have a successful business. I truly believe.